For the 10 days I traded comfort for hard work. Deep in the forest I wanted to test how far I could go, both physically and mentally. It wasn't easy, but it changed me. Day 1 began, I packed some food, water and the tools I would need. Started the car and drove about 24 kilometers, most of the way on asphalt until the road turned into the forest. I parked the car and we got to work. Our first task was to tear down an old fence along the forest road. Our plan for the day was simple. First, we had to remove the old wooden posts and take off the wire mesh that was still hanging on them. The fence was old and rusty, so sometimes it didn't want to move at all. Bit by bit, we loosened the mesh from the ground. When we had a longer piece free, we cut it with pruning shears and press it flat, so it would be easier to carry. Piece after piece, we cleaned the area along the forest road, getting ready to take everything to the collection yard. Sometimes we had to cut a small tree to make more space and also remove raspberries that had grown through the mesh. When that was done, it was time for some brute force to loosen the wire. We pressed down another piece and added it to the pile. We kept going like this, slowly clearing more and more of the mesh. Some parts of the fence were easy to take down, but others were overgrown and much harder to remove. After finishing about 70% of the fence, we took a break for food. I had some homemade eggs to get back some protein, and after the break we continued with new energy. It's going pretty well and we can see we are getting close to the end of this fence. Sometimes we have to cut the wire where it's grown between the trees. To get better access to the mesh and move around more easily, we have to clear the area a bit. Then we pull the last pieces of mesh to the road and throw the flattened parts onto one big pile. And that's it, the first fence is finished. But this day is not over yet. We move straight to the next fence, which is about 100 meters from the first one. We put down our tools and things and have another snack. This time a fruit cake. After a short break we get to work and start to break down the wooden posts first. This fence looks much easier than the first one at first glance. This fence is also much bigger. It has a total length of about 388 meters, which is roughly 3 times more than the first one. We start with the longest side along the path overgrown with grass. It's going really well, although sometimes a tree gets in our way. Once the long side of the mesh is free, we start rolling it into a bale. This mesh will be used again later to build new fences that protect young trees from animals. Alright, the first day is done. Let's head home, load up the stuff into the car and drive carefully. The second day started. We arrived at the same place in the morning in a great mood and got straight to taking down this big fence. One wall long side was already on the ground, so there was a bit less work left and everything went smoothly and quickly. Sometimes I used garden shears to cut the smaller stems, and because the ground was fairly flat, I could wrap the wire mesh into rolls quite easily. Then I carried the rolls to the main spot, where they would later be loaded onto the cart. We worked on the other side of the fence for a while, then took a break, had a good meal and rested for a bit. After that we went back to finish the fence. It took a little more work, but soon it was done. Before we left, I crushed a small piece of mesh and added it to the prepared rolls. Then I carefully packed everything up, including all the tools, and we moved on to the next fence the gamekeeper had shown us. And we got to work again, taking down the third fence. We used the same strategy as before. First we threw the wooden stakes on the ground, then pulled out the mesh, cut a longer piece and move it to the road where we start trampling it. We completed about 35% of the fence and walked back to the car. The trek back was longer this time and we loaded our things and drove home. Day 3 began, and in the morning we got into the car and drove back into the forest to continue our work. We reached fence number 3 and got started. It was a very windy day and a difficult section was waiting for us. The area was heavily overgrown with a lot of raspberries and other bushes that we had to cut down. Since this fence wasn't very big, we finished it quite easily and then moved on to another fence nearby. When we got close to the fence, we put down our things and had a quick snack to keep us going. After a short break, we started working on the fourth fence, surrounded by overgrown grass. We worked for an hour and a half, but then it started to rain, so we decided to leave the rest for the next day. On the fourth day, we finished the unfinished fence and then moved to the car to a new location. We parked next to a harvested field, took our tools and gear and walked to another fence where we started working again. At first it was fairly easy, most of the mesh was just lying on the ground, but soon we reached a difficult section. The fence was overgrown with trees and we had to either cut them down or work our way through the wire. After about 9 hours in the forest, we finally decided it was time to head home. Day 5 began with a cold, frosty morning. Even the car windows were frozen and we had to use a scraper. The drive went well and this time we parked a little closer, so we didn't have to walk as far. We got to work, picking up where we left off. It went fairly well, even though the terrain was tough. Later we learned that this fence had been there for about 20 years, which explained why it was so overgrown. We moved the loosened mesh to the side of the road, where we could press it down properly and then pull it all into one spot to be taken away. We finished the fifth fence and headed back to the car. On the way we saw another worker loading wood. We drove to a new spot and started taking down another old fence. This one was almost completely free of overgrowth, making it the easiest job so far. Taking down this fence was really rewarding and we enjoyed it. We work under a contract with the local forests who commission the jobs and show us where to work. We had already demolished 6 fences and it was time to go home and rest. Day 6. We load up our gear and head back into the forest. This time we are taking down an old wooden fence made of connected panels. Each panel has to be separated from the others and pulled out of the ground, then thrown into a pile. This fence is huge and we will be working on it for the rest of the day. We took down the last wooden panels and then the fence continued as wire mesh. So we did the same as with the previous fences. It was great that it was sunny and relatively warm, even though it was already autumn. It was time for a break. We had a snack and afterwards went to finish the last bit of work, putting the mesh in one spot. Once that was done, we packed up and headed home. Day 7 began. We packed our things and went to a completely new location, ready for a job we didn't yet know would be so demanding. This time we were tasked with burning branches left after logging. We started the first fire and gradually added more branches. Don't worry, this work was reported to firefighters, done under supervision, and the ground was very wet. The view here is amazing, but we have been here long enough. Now we just have to wait until the fires die down and are safe. Day 8. It was very cold again in the morning. When we arrived at work, we filled the electric chainsaw with oil. Today we decided on a completely different strategy. First we gathered the branches into piles and later we planned to set them on fire so we wouldn't have to spend too much time in the smoke. This way we worked more efficiently, although I have to say it was physically demanding. The branches were often buried deep in the ground and sometimes hard to remove. Using hot coals, we lit the piles of branches and monitored the fires from a distance, waiting for them to burn down. Before leaving, we made sure the fires were nearly out and safe. We also arranged with the people in the house opposite to keep an eye on them. The 9th day began. We loaded our gear, including the saw, drove out and got motivated with some music. When we arrived, we found that a new road was being built, so we couldn't drive through and had to walk about 800 meters. And so we got back to work. Let's go. We had a snack and took a short rest. Then got ready to continue, but it was already quite late, so we gradually finished and went home. On the 10th day, I went back to finish the area. It only took about 2 hours, but I didn't film anymore. I only have this photo. If you enjoyed the video, you can like and subscribe, and you can also support me by becoming a YouTube member or purchasing my new gardening ebook. The links are in the description below. Thanks for watching.